The Ugly Stepsister is a dark fairy tale horror film from Norway that reimagines the Cinderella story from the perspective of one of the ugly stepsisters. Instead of romance and magic, the film focuses on jealousy, body horror, and society's obsession with beauty. The story centers on Elvira, a shy, awkward young woman living with her widowed mother and beautiful stepsister Agnes. From the beginning, Elvira is painfully aware that she does not fit society's standards of attractiveness. Agnes is naturally beautiful, admired by everyone, and treated as the obvious future bride for a prince. Elvira, in contrast, is ignored, mocked, and constantly reminded of her flaws, both by strangers and by her own family. Their mother is obsessed with social climbing and securing a wealthy marriage for one of her daughters. While she favors Agnes at first, she also pressures Elvira to improve herself, so the family does not lose its status. When news spreads that the prince will choose a bride at a royal ball, beauty becomes a form of currency. Every young woman in the kingdom is desperate to transform herself to fit the prince's expectations. Elvira becomes consumed by the idea that beauty is the only way she will ever be loved or respected. Her longing is not just romantic, it is about being seen as worthy of existing. She turns to extreme and grotesque methods to change her appearance. These include painful cosmetic procedures that feel more like torture than transformation, highlighting the horror of beauty standards taken to their logical extreme. Unlike traditional fairy tales, there is no magic wand or fairy godmother. Every physical improvement comes with blood, suffering, and permanent damage, reinforcing the film's body horror tone. As Elvira's appearance changes, her mental state deteriorates. She becomes more obsessive, paranoid, and emotionally unstable, believing that beauty will finally erase her past humiliation. Meanwhile, Agnes remains effortlessly beautiful and kind, though unaware of how deeply Elvira resents her. This flips the usual Cinderella dynamic. Agnes is not cruel, but her beauty alone makes her Elvira's enemy. The royal ball becomes the central goal, symbolizing society's final judgment. It is not about love, but selection, like a grotesque beauty contest where women are evaluated as objects. Elvira's physical transformation horrifies the audience. Her body begins to break down, showing that the pursuit of perfection is destructive and unsustainable. When Elvira finally attends the ball, she is technically beautiful, but something is deeply wrong. Her movements, expression, and presence feel unnatural, emphasizing the cost of her transformation. The prince himself is portrayed as shallow and passive, more interested in appearances than genuine connection. This reveals how empty the reward truly is. As events spiral out of control, Elvira's jealousy turns violent. Her emotional pain erupts into literal horror, blending fairy tale imagery with disturbing realism. The famous glass slipper myth is subverted. Instead of destiny and romance, it becomes another symbol of cruelty, proof that society only values women who fit a narrow mold. Elvira ultimately realizes that even after destroying herself to become beautiful, she is still trapped in the same system that rejected her in the first place. The film ends on a bleak note, rejecting the idea of a happy ending. There is no true victory, only the aftermath of obsession and self-hatred. The Ugly Stepsister is less about Cinderella and more about how unrealistic beauty standards harm women psychologically and physically, especially those labeled as unattractive. In the end, the film serves as a brutal critique of fairy tales themselves, exposing how stories about beauty, worth, and love can become tools of cruelty when taken as truth rather than fantasy.